What's up, Nail Geeks? I am back with Zoya's newest collection. This is the Intriguing collection and is their holiday 2020 set. These are actually amazing. I really enjoyed these, and the color palette and the various finishes are awesome. So let's dive right into what we've got. First up is Lottie. This is a soft champagne pearl with a hint of glistening shimmer blended in. So this has a somewhat jelly-like formula to it, and I think it could also make a great topper if you wore it over, say, dark colors. But when you wear it by itself, it is very shimmery. It's got this really interesting type of pearly particle effect. And if you do wear it on its own, I'm going to suggest 2 coats for it. You will see just the slightest bit of your free edge if you have one, but it's just something else in person. I'm really glad that I do video swatches, because this is one of those polishes that I think you have to kind of see it in action, or rather in motion versus a picture, because that shimmer is super gorgeous. And next is Soko. This is a wintry poinsettia red cream. So I want to classify this type of red as being very warm. Definitely got that holiday vibe to it. And it's got that somewhat crelly-like formula. There is a bit of a very juicy kind of jelly feel to it, but it also behaves like a cream. Now, compared to last month's video that I did for that collection, I had made a statement that I didn't really super care for that type of formula from Zoya, but this is amazing. It's almost like super improved. It's incredibly smooth on the brush strokes. Go in normal. The dry time is just perfect, and it self-levels very well. Wonderful, wonderful application. Finish off with a glossy top coat and you'll have that wonderful plump-like appearance that's reminiscent of a gel polish. And next is Coley. This is a ruby pink metallic. So this one also has a slight jelly-like feel to it, but similar to the others in this full set, it just builds up crazy fast to opacity. I do think that the base color is definitely a perfect type of ruby shade. It's got a cool feel to it, but the shimmer kind of warms it up a little bit, and it's got this almost pink-like sheen when you build it up. So again, for opacity, I'm going to suggest 2 coats on it. Self-levels very well. I mean, I just have to say across the board, all of these have phenomenal formulas. I was genuinely impressed with all 12 in the collection, and I think they're definitely worth picking up, especially if you are a Zoya fan. Now this one dries down a little flat, so I'm going to suggest a good glossy top coat to finish it off. And next is Beverly. This is a dark purple toned red cream. Now this one has a straight up cream-like formula to it. It's very dense and rich on your brush strokes. And again, it self-levels perfectly. I cannot rave about the formula on all of these enough. They are absolutely awesome. Now for Beverly, I did take it quite thin on this first coat. I do think you could probably get away with 1 coat on it, but I do like that really plump-like feeling, and you'll see in just a moment on some of the other creams, I did take those to 1 coat. But I wanted to also show how I personally would wear this in real life. I just don't typically wear 1 coat or polishes, even at 1 coat in when I'm wearing polish in real life. And that's just because, you know, I do work in a lab and I do deal with very harsh reagents and soaps and stuff. So I personally prefer a thicker type of finish. And you can see here with that glossy top coat, it's just gorgeous and very gel-like. And next we have Avi. This is a smoky greige cream with a hint of red brown. This is another really interesting cream type of shade. I do agree with the official description. It's definitely got this greige, smoky, kind of dusky type feel with it. But there's also this brownish and somewhat very, very subtle, almost red undertone to it. Really interesting. I think it's a really nice fall color too. Now this one I went in normal. It dries perfectly, so even if you go in just a touch heavier, you can definitely get away with 1 coat on it. Absolutely gorgeous, and finish off again with a glossy top coat, and you're good to go. And next is Nisha. This is a deep royal blue violet metallic. This is one of my top picks in the set. This is stunning in person. It's very, very glowy. Now in bright lights and in indoor lighting, it's going to take on this lovely royal blue type of sapphire-like appearance. But at very extreme angles and in certain shaded light, you might see just a touch of a almost purple-like color roll to it. But the majority of it is this bluish violet-ish type of shade. It's so lush. I can see this looking so good on pretty much any skin tone. And I mean that for the entire collection. I think these are really flattering across the board. Wonderful, wonderful formulas. And the colors are just universally flattering. Now on Nisha, I took this one up to what I consider a normal coat for myself on the second coat. And then I did start off with that somewhat lighter first coat. And you can see the buildup is phenomenal and just so stinking glowy in person. And next we have Brett. This is a deep charcoal indigo cream. Again, really spot on for that formula and for that color description. I do agree. This has definitely got a strong charcoal gray-like appearance, but it's also sitting on the fence with being this dusky, almost indigo type of shade. Again, very flattering, very cool toned. Really nice formula, and I think this is another one that if you went in just a touch heavier on your first coat, you can definitely get away with one coat on it. Self-leveling is perfect, and it's just so stinking awesome on the formula and again on that color. And next we have Isti. This is a wintry steel blue textured pixie dust with a pop of brilliant royal blue for added vibrancy. Now, when I opened up my PR box, I pretty much damn near squealed into light when I opened this one. I was so excited that we are getting another pixie dust. I'm super stoked for that. Several years ago, they actually came out and I think they said something along the lines of they were going to discontinue the pixie dust, and myself and I know a lot of other people, we went absolutely in blitz mode, and I personally picked up a ton. I have lots of backups for them. I personally like to wear them on my toes. They look really cute with sandals, but I also like them on my nails. They're just so loud and extra. And this is the type of pixie dust that is finer particle on the glitter. They do dry down very textured and very thirsty. And I believe that they are intended to be worn like that. But I personally like to go in and smooth it out with a top coat. And when it's glossified like that, it is so crazy sparkly in person. It's awesome. And this one's got both the silver and blue type of fine particle mix in it. So just absolutely gorgeous. Now I did use Glisten and Glow's glitter smoothing top coat and her glossy top coat. And you can see right there, I've got no texture. And next we have Meredith. This is a twinkling midnight sapphire blue with an icy light blue shimmer. So again, we have a lovely type of deep sapphire type blue. This one is more straight sapphire versus that previous one I just showed you guys, where that was more of this almost indigo type of lean with it. This is straight blue action, and it's so pretty when you build it up. So for opacity, once again, 2 coats is going to be just fine for most. And when you build it up, it's got this lovely icy type of shimmer. The description says it's light blue, but I feel like when it's mixed in with this base color here, I think it takes on almost this light blue, but a very silvery type of effect. It's almost flirting with looking like a foil type of finish. Really pretty, and you'll get tons and tons of that metallic type of sparkle. Now this one does dry down flat, so I'm going to suggest a good glossy top coat. And next is Regina. This is an alluring dark emerald green metallic. Really nice metallic in this set. I mean, I'm telling you guys, they really knocked it out of the park with this whole collection. They are absolutely wonderful, and I can definitely see, you know, a holiday type of theme here, but just really wonderful fallish type of vibes. So this has a somewhat lighter formula than the others, but I still think at 2 coats it builds up wonderfully. So I took it pretty light on that first coat just to kind of set down this foundation to build it on. And I went in what is I consider normal for myself, which is just a touch heavier on the second coat. And you can see it's self-leveling very well and really building up to opacity. Now, I would suggest going in light on your brush strokes just to prevent any type of streaking action. And then again, finish off with a glossy top coat. And it's just such a beautiful, like glowy type of emerald green. And here we have Eunice. This is a chartreuse metallic green. So I'm pretty picky on the color chartreuse. I think for the most part, because I have that golden undertone to my skin, that it typically just kind of washes out on me, and I don't really care for how it looks. But this specific type of chartreuse, I think, is universally flattering. I thought it looked fantastic on myself, and even that it's a very warm type of shade. I feel like this type of chartreuse also has this like retro vibe to it, and just really, really flattering. And the shimmer here is very lovely. It gives this somewhat soft type of metallic sheen to it. And again, we have a beautiful creamy type of formula. It self-levels very well. And again, I'm going to suggest going in light on those brush strokes to prevent any streaking. It self-levels wonderfully, so just allow it to settle itself out. And again, finish off with a glossy top coat. And last but not least, we have Nico. This is a Celadon toned pearl with a touch of silver shimmer blended in. So this one definitely reminds me of like holiday ornaments, or when you start seeing the poinsettias in the stores. And I know some of my stores locally typically put like goldish glitter on the petals, and this one definitely reminds me of that. So this has a somewhat jelly formula to it. I think between 2 and 3 coats is going to suit it the best. I personally took it up to 2 coats, and it gave this opaque but still soft type of feel. So in super bright lights, like on the video, you can see just a touch of my smile line, but in person, I didn't think it was too apparent. But this one's really going to depend on your preference and how you polish. So here on the full hand shot, again, I've got a glossy top coat on. This one does dry down a little on the flat side, so I would suggest using a good glossy top coat. Now, the Intriguing collection is currently available through Zoya's site. I always say it on each of my Zoya reviews, but I would definitely recommend joining their email list, and every once in a while they'll have sales and BOGO and all that stuff. And I definitely recommend that if you are interested in either trying out Zoya or grabbing some for yourself. Really nice formulas, and I really think Zoya killed it with this collection. So I will link you guys below to Zoya's site if you want to check that out and all that good stuff. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.